No! Oh my god. Struggle of trying to get a thumbnail and you can't pick everything up all at once. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a favourites video for you all, so I'm just going to get straight in and show you what I've been loving for the month of April. So this video is going to be in two halves. The first half is going to be more foodie, slimming, weldy related, and the second half will be more beauty and lifestyle related. So I'll kick things off with the foodie things first. First thing I'm going to talk about are these Schwartz seasonings, and if you're on Slimming World, then you may or may not know that the Schwartz seasonings are sin-free. If you're bored of having plain meals, then these are really good ways to spice things up a bit. Now the first one is the classic chip seasoning, and I have been loving this. And this I have been loving with my Slimming World chips, and I mentioned Slimming World chips in a lot of my videos because I love chips and you can eat them on Slimming World, so why would you not? So what I tend to do, and I've spoken about this before as well, is I will just save my potatoes going off and things like that, because there's only two of us in the house. So sometimes a whole bag of potatoes is a lot to get through before they start sprouting and trying to run away. So I like to cut them up, parboil them, and then freeze them. So I've got my own Slimming World freezer chips ready, and you can cook them straight from frozen. Now sometimes plain chips can get a bit boring, so what I've been enjoying is sprinkling some of this seasoning on halfway through cooking, and they come out and they taste so good. Another thing I like to do is I like to chop up some peppers, and I put the peppers on the baking sheet with the chips, and then again halfway through sprinkle some of this on, and oh my god, not only are you getting the extra speed food from the peppers, but the seasoning is making the chips taste so good, and it's all sin free, and it feels like you're having some really naughty meal and you're not. So I've been loving that. The second one that I have been loving is the fajita seasoning. So the Schwartz fajita seasoning there. And I am a lover of Mexican food, and Jack is a big lover of fajitas. If he had his way, we'd probably have fajitas every night of the week. I do not approve of that, so I do try and spice things up a bit, and I've been using this in things like fajita chicken pasta, as well as obviously fajita chicken, and I've nearly got through this whole jar because I've been using it so much. So I am going to have to buy some more, but yeah, this is really good. And I think the El Paso fajita seasoning sachets are like 4 sins a sachet or something like that, whereas this is sin free, so you can have your fajita chicken with your peppers and your onions and everything. If you want to, then you can have a wrap with it, or have one of those like little boat things that you fill your fajita chicken in. I don't know if you've seen them, the El Paso like flour tortilla boat things. But if not, you can just have the fajita chicken with your veggies and salad and things like that, and it is really good. Next up is something that I have been liking to accompany some of my salads, and that is the Crucials yogurt and mint sauce. Now Crucials do a lot of sauces, and the yogurt and mint is actually one of the higher in sin value. I think the yogurt and mint is 3 sins per tablespoon. However, they do a huge range of sauces, and I will link it down below. I'm not sponsored by Crucials, but they do a huge range of sauces with all different sin values. Some of them really, really low. They do like burger sauce, they do Jack barbecue sauce, they do your normal ketchup and everything. But I have been loving this with salads and things. It tastes so good. And I think it's totally worth the sins that I'm using on it because it's so tasty. But like I said, they do a whole range of sauces, and some of them are as low as like half a sin per tablespoon, so do check it out. This is really good. I've been loving it, and yeah, just a good way to accompany your salads and things like that. Really tasty. Next is the Benefit Light Bars from Aldi, however you pronounce it. Specifically the chocolate and fudge bars. Now I'm pregnant, as you all probably know, which means I get 2 healthy extra Bs in a day, and sometimes I just don't have 2 bowls of cereal or 2 sandwiches. I don't know why you'd have 2 bowls of cereal. Actually I do. Cereal's really good. I could eat cereal in the morning and at night. However, sometimes if I've not had my second healthy B choice, then if I'm fancying something like a chocolate bar, instead of having the chocolate bar, then I reach for one of these. And I think they're roughly 3 cents on their own. This one's really squished. I'm not sure what's happened to this one. I think they're roughly 3 cents if you're not using them as a healthy extra. A bit like the hi-fi bars, but I tend to use them as my healthy extra choice. They do other flavours as well. I think there's apple and sultana, which I've also got in the cupboard, and I think there's a summer fruits one as well. But if you want something to give you that kind of chocolate fix, then this is really good, and it tastes really indulgent, funnily enough. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm eating a cereal bar because it's all sticky and chocolatey and yummy. So yeah, really been loving these this month. Now, if you watched my previous favourites video, you would have seen that I bought myself a water bottle from Primark, and unfortunately that water bottle is no more. Yes, it was cheap and I did love it at the time, but all of the writing on it and everything came off from like just general washing and things like that. So I finally gave in and I finally picked up a Hydrate Mate bottle, and it is so good. I got the teal one because I thought it was like the prettiest design. I'll just show you. My one says drink more water on it, and it's just a really good water bottle. I like that it's got the straw that you can drink from. It's also got down the side the time of day, so if you know it's got to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you know you need to drink your water, you then refill it ready for the afternoon. And I do need to up my water intake a lot, especially once baby's here, because I am planning on breastfeeding. So I think this will be really good so that I can fill it up and make sure I'm drinking a lot throughout the day, especially if I'm breastfeeding, because you need to keep yourself hydrated, as I'm sure all you breastfeeding mothers already know. So I think this is going to come in really handy, especially moving forward, but just in general, if you struggle to keep your water intake up, having a fun water bottle like this can be like a really good way to just, you know, up your water intake. I'll link the website for Hydrate Mate down below, where you can pick yourself up one of these, so you can check that out in the description bar if you wanted to pick one up. But yeah, love them. Now for more makeup-y kind of bits and bobs, and the first thing is not makeup itself, but something I've been using to clean my makeup brushes, and I bought this off Amazon, and basically it's like a little mat, and I'll show you it up close. It's got all of these like grooves on it, so that what you do is you get your makeup brush and you'll sort of swirl your makeup brush onto the mat under the water, like with running water and whatever you use to clean your makeup brushes. I personally just use baby shampoo. I don't splash out on Posh makeup remover or makeup brush cleaners or anything like that, because I find baby shampoo does exactly the same job and leaves my brushes feeling good as new after I've used them. Now, since buying this, and I think I spent like maybe £5, and I also got like a little handheld one as well, so I can just go like that. And it also came with a beauty blender. I've not used the beauty blender, so I can't tell you if that's any good, but these are like life-changing. If you're a girl or a boy or someone that uses makeup, then you know how tedious it is to clean your makeup brushes. It takes forever, you have to wait for them to dry, it's just so boring and monotonous. But honestly, using this, they were clean within like minutes. It was so quick to get all the makeup off. You just swirl it around and oh, it's so good. I am going to link this one down below. Like I said, I got it off Amazon. There's loads on there, and I think Real Techniques have actually bought one out themselves now. This is no doubt going to be a fraction of the price of the Real Techniques one, but a really nifty little gadget to help you clean your makeup brushes if that's something that you need to do and you hate doing like I do. Hate cleaning my makeup brushes, but I cleaned them this morning using these bad boys, and oh my god, changed my life. Changed my life, and that's not an exaggeration, okay, because I'm so lazy, especially when it comes to cleaning my makeup brushes. and this was actually fun to use. The novelty might wear off, but next I have a concealer, and it's not a new concealer to the market, but it's new to me. So it is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and because my skin is so pale, I obviously got it in shade 1 Fair, because I am the fairest of them all, as you can see. But yeah, I'm very pale, so need me some pale concealer. And unfortunately I have been blessed with acne scars, which are a pain to cover. No matter what foundation I try, it's just not enough to cover the scarring, unfortunately. However, this has changed my life, and it's also changed my life in the way of dark circles under my eyes. Dark circles be gone is all I can say, and this is so cheap. I got it in Superdrug and I can't remember how much it is. I'll check and link it down below, and I'll put the price on the screen somewhere for how much I paid in Superdrug. But oh my god, I've tried some higher end concealers and they're just not as good as this. But a budget concealer, and I know a lot of beauty bloggers have gone on about this concealer so many times, but I've only just tried it and discovered it for myself, but I love it so much. It's so good. It covers everything I need it to cover. It lasts. It really is lasting perfection. I mean, I'm not saying that I look perfect, but I look a hell of a lot better than I did before I put this concealer on, let me tell you. So yeah, if you're looking for a concealer that lasts, that covers up acne scars, that covers up dark circles, then, and you're on a budget, or if you're not on a budget, then this may be the concealer for you. And if you do have pale skin, I found that it works really well with my pale skin as well. I'm not finding it too dark. Some concealers, they say fair, they say light, but they're really like a shade of orange. This is not. This works really well. So yeah, definitely recommend. And this is one that I have been loving throughout the month. Now, my final two favourites are things that I have discovered through Glossybox. And Glossybox is a monthly subscription box, and they post to you 5 or so beauty related things in the post and you unbox it and you see all the lovely things, and that could be makeup, it could be perfume, it could be hair care, skincare, all sorts. Honestly, it's such a good subscription box. And two of my favourites from this month are things that I have discovered through Glossybox. Now, the first one is a perfume, and this came out in the February Glossybox, I believe. I think it was in like the Valentine's one. It is the Le de Rose, sorry if I've completely butchered how you say that, perfume. And I think at the moment they are selling it for like a limited time only if you are a subscriber to Glossybox. But this perfume is just really like, it's really floral, it's not too sweet, but oh, it smells so good. Jack isn't as keen on it, but I really like it. It's not as sweet as some of the perfumes that I tend to go for, but I am loving the sort of floral scent of this. And I think that you can buy them if you are a subscriber of Glossybox. I think they sent out an email to everyone, and I think you can buy it for like £15 for a bottle. And how many mil is this? It's 30 mil, and I've been wearing it a lot and I've been loving it, and I'm probably going to buy some more from Glossybox just because it's so good. But yeah, this is one that I've been loving. Really nice floral scent, so if you're into that, might be worth checking out, especially if you are already subscribed to Glossybox, because you can pick those up there. And my final favourite of the month, and this is something that, and I don't want to say has changed my life because that might be a bit dramatic, but it has changed my makeup application routine immensely. Well, not my routine, because I used a primer anyway, but this primer has changed my life. Again, I'm saying it's changed my life. This primer has made me a very happy lady because it is amazing. It is the It Works In Transit Camera Close-Up primer, and it is a mask, moisturizer and primer in one, and it feels so lovely on my skin. I have difficulty with primers. I'll buy them, I'll use them a few times, I'll decide I really don't like the way that it feels on my skin, I don't like the way my makeup's applying on top of it, and I give up after a few uses. And there's been so many times where I've bought a primer and not even got halfway through the tube before just completely giving up on it because it's just, it's not working for me. This, however, I have nearly used the whole thing, and you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way, but I'm probably too generous when I apply it. But my makeup goes on top of this so lovely. I have combination skin, so parts of my skin are really oily, parts of my skin are really dry, but I find that this works all over my face and my makeup goes on so nicely on top of it, and it doesn't feel like my face is caked in anything. I just feel like it completely smooths over my complexion, leaves my skin feeling really nice and fresh and ready for me to apply my makeup, ready for the day. And yeah, when my makeup goes on top of this, I found that it's not sort of flaking away, it's not oiling off throughout the day. You know, when your makeup goes patchy, I'm finding that this is stopping my makeup from going as patchy. And yeah, it's lovely. I need to go and buy the full size because it is just the best primer that I have tried in a long time. I think this is probably even better than my Clinique primer that I have, and that, you know, that was like, before that was my good go-to primer, but this is just so much better than that. Sorry, Clinique. But yeah, this works in transit, camera close-up, primer, all-in-one, mask and moisturizer, primer, Ujima flipping. I keep saying things have changed my life, but this is the best primer I've tried. So if you're in the market for a new primer, I'd give this a go because yeah, highly recommend. So that is it for everything that I've been loving throughout the month of April. If you enjoy these videos, please do give it a thumbs up. As always, leave your comments in the comments section down below. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future uploads. I post videos about lifestyle, slimming well, uni, pregnancy, everything. So yeah, if you don't want to miss out on any of those, hit the subscribe button and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!